Subsidies, fertilizer.
Okay. Sitapatia mama mwingine sasa. Abu mzee mmoja at least
for the last 5 years,
yes.
We have also observed confusion in roles.
Confusion
in roles.
Now we are talking of a right-based approach in the way we are engaging. So that now the county or the state wanaitwa nani? Naona kutoka mbali. They are called there. And they have a responsibility. The responsibility is to respect, to protect, and to fulfill rights. Nasoma kwa sababu najua muoni nikiwa bali. Zile rights zote ambazo zimewekwa katika article 43. Then kuna mtu mwingine hapa hapo chini anaitwa nani?
Right holder.
Huyu ni nani?
Right holder.
Haya, right holder ni nani sasa?
Wewe, mimi.
It is a citizen. The citizen must be enabled and empowered to hold the duty bearer to account. So I wanted to present you this relationship because it will be very important for today. But then these two people have responsibilities. The responsibility of the duty bearer, which is a county, is to be accountable to whom?
Citizen.
Tumeshika hiyo. Then the right holder also has a responsibility. The responsibility yake ni gani? Participation. So these two people must coexist mutually. Kwa sababu neither can exist in isolation. Both of them have to have a mutual engagement. So we are talking of accountability and participation. An example is always given, and I know Professor might also give others. Wakati governor amekuja, lakini nitaongea juu ya governor yenu kwa sababu anatoka. Unajua hata nikiongea ubaya wake si asimami tena, si ndio? Au anasimama kama rais? Anasimama? Haya. Na mngojea kutoka nyumbani. So wakati amekuja kufungua maji, tap ya maji inamwagika. Is that a service or a right now? You have a right to water. Ni pesa ya nani? Ni pesa ya nani? Hebu sema ni pesa yangu. Si ni pesa yangu. So hapo mbeleni, especially wakati wa hiyo katiba ingine, tulikuwa tunaona wananchi wamejifuka mashuka, wamedance, wamefanya mambo mengi kwa sababu maji imefika. Kwani ni pesa yake ametumia? Si ni yako? So what he is doing is actually what he is supposed to do. It is a right. Na sisemi sasa kwa sababu nimesema ni right twende tuanze matusi, tuanze kusema waanze kutusi daktari, lazima unitibu kwa sababu ni right yangu. Of course, you must practice building good relationships between the two parties. But most importantly, my emphasis before we start is that our engagement with the state as citizens must be based on a right-based approach. And especially to highlight our responsibilities as citizens. Thank you very much.
Nilisema yangu pia hayatakuwa mengi. Ni kufanya tu warm up ili tuweze kuwa na hii na haya mazungumzo that eventually leads to the devolution conference. Then nitaanzia about the Citizens Forum. I know you people have been trained. You've gone through a bit of capacity building. You've gotten your identities and so on. I want to say, even before that, that our constitution the current constitution we have of the Republic of Kenya is very big on citizen participation. In fact, now a lot of government programs are being challenged on the basis of citizen participation. That's at the center of the Constitution, because the Constitution is really a document that belongs to citizens. It's a document that we give to ourselves. We govern ourselves, and through that particular process, we are able to bring in, elect leaders and put officers in place to do things for us. So it's very, very clear that sovereignty is with the people, and that's the principle upon which public participation, or citizen participation, is anchored. Nataka kufafanua tena some of the core areas of citizen participation in the county, using the county system. In the county system, at county level, that's County Government Act, there is meant to be a citizens forum to enable citizens participation at county level. And then, so these are spaces of participation within the law. Another piece of legislation, Urban Areas and Cities Act, coming from section 184 of the Constitution, that requires that structures are created in the Constitution. This is actually the Constitution. The structures are created for citizen participation. Section 184 only talks about 3 issues. One of them, declaration and classification of urban areas. The second one talks about the governance of urban areas. And the third section of that particular article of the Constitution talks about citizen participation. So this is actually in the Constitution, creation of Citizens Forum. All I'm trying to say is that Citizens Forum, iko ndani ndani. It is just not those things that wazee wawili watatu wa tea factory na boda boda na hapri hapa waliona wafanye. This is actually a constitutional requirement, and again is legislated in different pieces of legislation. Like there, for example, I'm highlighting the County Government Act, section 91. It requires that there be established a county citizens forum without any fear of contradiction. And if you think I'm lying, get the document and read it. These are laws of the Republic of Kenya. So some of these things we're talking about is serious. It's only that somehow in this country, we don't like following the law. Tunafanya mambo tu kiholela holela. Na hizi ziko kwa constitution, ziko kwa legislation, hata ziko kwa regulation na policies zetu at county level. I'm bringing this so that we just understand how serious it is, the responsibility we are giving to ourselves. That these particular responsibilities are entrenched in the law. I will not speak a lot about areas. I just want to highlight a few things. In fact, these are normally very detailed presentations, but today I just want to highlight just one or two important issues, and then we continue the conversation. Section 22 of Urban Areas and Citizens Act also talks about establishment of a citizens forum. We're saying you cannot run an urban area like Mumias, like Kakamega, and so on, without a citizens forum. And again, I'll be highlighting around that. You're meant to give inputs into policies and make proposals to government on service provision. You're meant to give feedback on planning, very important. You're meant to actually oversight all elected officials and what they're doing within the county. Nampatiane your feedback to oversighting bodies, including the MCS now happen. Those are very important people for oversighting the county government, and they're meant to get feedback from you as citizens as well. Very, very soon, there will be urban boards. That one you can take to the bank. It's very important we talk about the Kenya Urban Support Program. The Kenya Urban Support Program, one of the conditions within that particular program is that you have a board. If you don't have a board, you don't get the money. And I can even check for you the millions that Kakamega is going to be getting. If you don't have a board, you will not get the money, so there will be a board, I can guarantee you. And of course, one of the things that we're saying is that as part of that particular governance process, the citizen forum must be activated so that the board can get information from wananchi. Hizi sio body zile za company ambapo mnakaa pale ndani na kulingana, in fact you represent your money. Wajua in the company you represent your money. If you have the most money, then you have the most votes. Hata mtu mmoja ukiamua kuwa hapana, tumeresolve as board members kuwa hii factory itajengwa upande ule mwingine, and I own 60% shares. Hiyo vote moja imetosha to push the factory. But here the money is actually the citizens. It is the citizens. Those are the people you represent there in the board. So basically it is what the citizens would actually be talking about. Alafu pia, once the board is in place and the managers are in place, they need to talk to the citizen. How will they be talking to the citizen? Wataenda kwa kila nyumba waambie watu tumefanya hivi, tumefanya vile. There has to be a forum, and these things are in the law. There has to be an organization, a structure of the citizen, ambapo board na manager of the various towns can come back and say, last time tulipokuwa hapa tuliagana hivi na hivi na vile, lakini kulingana na mipangilio hii ilikuwa inawezekana na hii haikuwa inawezekana, unless tupate mradi tuendelee. Hii haya mambo mengine ambapo mlikuwa mnataka tutatekeleza, na hivi ndivyo tunaipeleka kwa bajeti, tunaifanyia mpangilio, alafu tunatekeleza. So where I say that I've got an intention of buying you some things and taking you for holiday and buying clothes, and there's agreement. Lakini pesa ikishaingia, there is no public participation. Kama umejivinjari na tulikuwa na mpangilio, where is the feedback? Ni wakati pesa imeisha tena ndio narudi public participation. Pangeni. I'm joking very serious. You know, we don't actually have a culture. On a serious note, we don't have a culture particularly of feedback. Consulting we have, but feedback, what nimeenda pale, nimefanya haya na haya yamenishinda, ama hatuko na hela za kutosha za kutekeleza haya mambo. We never come back. We never come back to report to the same people who had sent us that look here, I've tried my best, this is possible, and on the other hand, this one is just not possible. That one we are very poor as a country. Unaambiwa tu enda, na ukishaambiwa enda ndio umepewa pesa, unaenda hakuna kurudi. Wanasema unaenda kwenda. Yes, so this actually is a forum where we get feedback, you know, from the various activities that are being done in the city in terms of services and some of the various things that we actually want. I always like this particular image because, which is my next point. You see, how many towns in Kenya look like this in terms of the way they are organized? Kenya is one big slum, including my own town, Nairobi, and it doesn't matter the size of town. The only thing that changes is the size of the slum. Yeah. I will tell you, I come from a small village of about, maybe about 500, 600 people in Bondo. In that village, of course, there's a small center there, and every so often they sell cows and some fish. That village is a slum. The next big place I go to is Bondo town. That actually used to belong to my grandfather. My grandfather had a lot of land there, like in Sikuizi, I'm marginalized. The Odingas came and pushed us out. my inheritance has been interfered with. But that's a story for another day. But now I go to Bondo, which is the next big place. It's just a slum. Then now I go to my county headquarters, Siaya. When Siaya was a colonial district headquarters, there was order. There was order. Kulikuwa na nyumba ya DC pale, kulikuwa na barabara hapa, kulikuwa na market pale, nini. Lakini wakati mkoloni alitoka, tukaja pale and we turned it into a slum. Then I go to my regional city, Kisumu. Another big oh, by the way, in fact, we even enjoy counting the slums. 132 slums. Kondele, Obunga, Nini, slums. Sort. Then I go to Nairobi slums. But anyway, part of this, the problem is that we are very poor at planning. We don't plan, tunafanya mambo yetu kiholela holela tu. We don't plan physically, we don't plan financially. Alafu tukifanya haya mpangilio is very nice. Ni kama hiyo story yangu na planning at family level. Umeenda umechora plan, pesa inakuja unaweka plan kando kwanza. Unatumia pesa. Pesa imeisha unarudi kwa plan. Unasema, by the way, we have a very nice plan, we never implement. Well, ambia jamani ujinga, there's nothing like a good plan which is not implemented. Part of planning is implementation. If you have something that you wrote nicely, that is very nice, and you didn't implement it, don't call it a plan. Those are pieces of paper. Tusijidanganye. Hatuna mpangilio mzuri. Ni kutekeleza ni utapu. Kutekeleza mpangilio ni is part of the mpangilio. I mean, all those plans by the way have something we call implementation framework. And the mechanisms for implementing. Budget is meant to be implementing what we call the annual development plan, which is a plan that we are meant to look at and say, miradi gani tunataka kwa hiyo plan, kwa hiyo mpangilio. The annual development plan is also meant to be a mechanism for implementing annually what is in other plans. The county integrated development plan, which is a 5-year plan. Tunatakana tuchukue mambo yale tunaweza tekeleza in a year and we bring them to the annual plan. Sectors tofauti. We have water sector. We have infrastructure. Sector of health. There's meant to be county, integrated urban development plans. Yale mpangilio ya miji. Pia inatakana kuwa whatever we need to implement in that. Kama ni kujenga barabara, karibu. Yes, so all these different plans we're meant to bring in the various. Tukiamua tujenga barabara na hiyo iko kwa plan gani? Hiyo barabara mwanzo iko kwa county special plan, which is a 10-year plan. Inaonesha kuwa kuna barabara. Alafu ukija kwa integrated urban development plan ya Kakamega town, itachukua hiyo barabara iweke tena kwa hiyo urban plan. Alafu kienda pale kwa road sector. Road sector pia watakuwa na plan ya hiyo barabara. Wajua kila mtu ana hiyo barabara lakini kulingana na responsibilities zao. So then eventually the annual development plan itasema kuwa yes, hii barabara ya kutoka hapa kwenda Shinyanga. Hii barabara this year we are going to do so many kilometers of it. Alafu inaingia kwa budget. You see what I'm trying to explain there? That actually all that the county government is meant to be doing is implementing plans. And the plans are meant to be integrated. That's what I was illustrating with that road thing. That these plans must speak to each other. Hatutaki a situation where barabara imetoka hapa imefika hapa kwa sababu is in Kakamega town. Lakini after that hiyo barabara iko kwa county. Sasa imeisha pale, bali imeishia ni shamba. And it's meant to be, yeah, so it's important that these plans speak to each other. I'm just illustrating that. And they're meant to speak to national special plans, which we have. Yeah, because I mean, if it's a national highway, haitakuja ifike Butere na ishia hapo kwa sababu plan ya Butere haionyeshi hiyo barabara. Plan ya Butere inaonyesha kuwa hapo ni mahali kwa watoto kuchezea. Yeah, so that's why it's required by law. That planning has to be integrated. The main plans that we need to be aware of. Plans are very many. Hata vile nimesema tu, kila idara ina mipangilio yake. And we have our national plan, tuna 5-year plan nationally, hizo tunaziita the MTPs, the medium term plans, which are 5-year plans. We have the Vision 2030, we have national special plan. We have very many plans even at that level. Alafu tukifika kwa county, ile tumezoea sana ni CIDP, the County Integrated Development Plan, which is a 5-year plan. Wengine wamekuwa wanauliza sasa kuna CIDP na governor mpya ameingia. the reason why it's a 5-year plan is so that you can revise it every 5 years to reflect what the governor has promised to the electorate. But we have that, and the reason why it's called integrated development plan is meant to integrate all the other plans. So it's meant to have the spatial plans, it's meant to have the urban plans, and it's meant to have the sector plans. Then, I love the number ya county spatial plan. County spatial plan, basically, ni county yote lazima nipangilie. Lazima msiwe kama Vihiga. Now I'm telling you for free. I've moved around in counties, and I'm the one who developed the framework for county spatial plan, which was passed by the council of government. Msiwe kama Vihiga, kwa sababu Vihiga is neither urban nor rural. They cannot grow tea because they've subdivided their land, pieces of their land are so small. They cannot pretend to do agriculture. But on the other hand, jamaa wana ng'ombe yao hapo katikati ya mji. So you can't charge them rates. And the place is not planned. So where will the county make money from, for goodness sake? Kama hakuna rates na hakuna cess. Ndio wahisi kusiwe kama Vihiga, do your special plan so that those tea farms of yours can be protected. Don't subdivide them like kama watu wa Kisii who used to plant tea. Siku hizi shamba la chai is like this one. Jamaa anakuambia anakuza chai. Mbona bwana? Ya nini sasa? Umekosa kazi ya kufanya. How many tea trees will you actually have here? But on the other hand, the place is also not urban. Kwa sababu sisi wale watu wa mji, sisi ni watu wa rates. Unakuja pale, county inakuwekea barabara mzuri, county inakuwekea street lights, county inakuwekea sewer system, alafu county inasema Omenya ukiwa na plot hapa, rates zako isafa million. Sasa mimi najenga hapo ghorofa kubwa, every end of the year napatia county pesa kidogo. What we're discussing with the Kisumu governor was a very simple issue. We're saying, look here, how do we enhance urban productivity and rural productivity in Kisumu? And how do we prevent all these informal settlements from growing and so on? How do we do infrastructure and stuff like that? So we're starting to look at the broader spatial development plan at county level. And then you see what we're saying now from urban level. We're saying, okay, fine, let's look at Maseno as a center. How do we ensure that Kisumu as a county can get a lot of resources from Maseno? Especially if you look at it as an urban area. Yeah? And so we're saying, why can't we look at Maseno as a university town? Alafu sasa wale wanataka kuishi maisha ya kistarehe, suburban life. Kama unataka kuishi kama wale Warunda na Karen, unaenda kuishi Maseno kwa sababu there the pieces of land residential is 1 acre minimum. Yeah? Ama half an acre. Alafu kuna barabara mzuri imewekwa pale. Alafu very good infrastructure, the roads nini, then excellent student accommodation imewekwa pale. Sasa if ukienda milimani Kisumu na umeshinda hiyo maisha, unakuja kuishi Maseno. Eh? And then now tukaangalia Ahero. Watu wamepita hapo Ahero. Ahero, what do you see when you pass by Ahero? A slum and some rice. That's it. And River Nyando passes by Ahero, for goodness sake. You don't even experience the river. So I said, look here, why can't we develop the river? We use it for rice irrigation, but around the river there, yeah, we create our Hamptons. Ama hii yenu inaitwa aje hii area ya Butere. So we yeah, Mwale. And we come in and create, by the side of the river, that's the highest value real estate anywhere on earth. Plan the place, let the county government get that land next to the riparian. You sell that land for 50 million, it will go. Really, for half an acre, it will go. And zone that area for high-end residential. Yeah? And then this becomes agriculture town. Alafu mnafanya manufacturing. Then anyway, to cut the long story short, I was saying, look here, uzuri, reli inapita hapo. Na inakuja hapa inapita hapo Maseno ikiwa inakuja Western. Ongea na Kenya Railway, put a light rail. Sasa mimi nikitoka pale kwa shamba langu hapo Maseno, natembea kwa Maringo, I'm one of the high income guys, naingia tu kwa train, hakuna traffic jam. I drop in Kisumu town, I do a little bit of my work, alafu jioni naenda kumtembelea Humphrey huko by the rivers of Ahero. How does the county implement a plan? Money must actually come from somewhere. And how is that money accessed? The money is accessed through the budget. Kama iko kwa bajeti, haitatekelezwa. And the starting point of the budget, you'll actually see that when you start the budgeting process, the integrated development plan is very important. And the annual development plan, it has to be done. It's on that particular basis that the county starts drawing a budget to say, okay, fine, this is the plan for the year. Now this is how much money we are going to allocate on it, and then we see how much that is done. So sisi kama wananchi, it's very important that we understand this particular process. Kwa sababu matakwa yetu hata tukusukuma ingie kwa plan, kama iko kwa bajeti haitatekelezwa. So after decisions have been made and tumeahidiwa barabara, tumeahidiwa shule, tumeahidiwa mambo tofauti, wale maofisa wa county wametueleza kuwa haya mambo yako kwa mpangilio. The next thing ni kuangalia kuwa haya mambo yote yameingizwa kwa bajeti. Kama ziko kwa bajeti hazitatekelezwa. So we must also understand this particular process. Hasa wakati areas where we can actually participate to check, to actually check whether those things, if there's a new tea factory and this thing has been planned and the governor has promised it, is it in the budget? If it's not in the budget, then is what wenzetu pale Tanzania wanaita ahadi hewa. Ni ahadi hewa, hakuna mwenye ataitekeleza. It's neither here nor there. Now you can imagine if it's not even in the plan. You come in, you've been promised something, it doesn't exist in any plan. How will it even find its way in the budget? So this becomes very important for us because when the Budget and Economic Forum is established that then collects all these things, there's a chance there for public participation. Alafu wakati wanaangalia hizi plans, in fact during that time you find there's a lot of consultation by sectors. Kila idara ya county huwa ina consultation yake around this, and again citizen participation is highly welcome there. Alafu governor anatoa fiscal paper, anatoa basically saying this is actually what we are going to spend money on this year, and this is how it links with our vision for transformation of Kakamega as it actually was. Even at the development of fiscal paper, there is actually a chance for citizen participation. Alafu ikija hapa budget approval wanaipelekea ile committee ya county, called Budget and Appropriation Committee. Hiyo committee wakianza kuongea mambo za budget, they also call for public participation. Sasa mambo yako ikianguka mahali, you can still bring it back if you are influential enough. Through our MCAs, through the committee members, they can still be lobbied, and they can actually have those changes brought in. Ndiposa wanafanya hiyo approval, inakuwa Budget and Appropriation Act. Before it becomes Budget and Appropriation Act, is normally a bill, and there is public participation there. Alafu inapitishwa in August normally, and during that time we are at that point it's too late. Then after that there is still another chance, kwa sababu we have oversight committees, we have public account committees, we got public finance committee, we have auditor general's reports, and these are the ones that look at how the money was spent. Hii pesa ilitumika vipi? Yeah, because you can still be given money for a road. The money is allocated. Kama mimi, I wasn't given money for a road. Don't get me wrong. Lakini nilipigiwa simu na ndugu yangu pale kijijini. Ananiambia bwana, mheshimiwa anafanya kazi nzuri sana. Kazi nzuri gani? Ametengeneza barabara hapo kando ya nyumba yako tu. Na unajua siku hizi ni siku za WhatsApp. Nishatumiwa picha za WhatsApp. Sasa mimi nachukua simu mara moja nampigia mheshimiwa kumshukuru
This is now personal interest. Na wewe mheshimiwa, wewe umefanya kazi nzuri sana, hata barabara, hata siku anajua kuna barabara hapo kando ya nyumba yangu. Na sasa umepanua nikitoka Nairobi ninyoe mpaka nyumbani. So relax. Alafu the previous MP Oburu Odinga ameniita Nairobi. Ananiambia huyu mheshimiwa afanye kazi mzuri. Na sasa wewe mbona unaonea mwenzako wivu? Unajua mimi nishapewa barabara, nimefurahi kabisa. Sasa akaniambia hata nimwambia hapo kando ya nyumba yangu kuna barabara ambapo kutoka Independence mpaka wa leo haijatengenezwa, lakini mheshimiwa alikuja akatengeneza. Akaniambia sawa, wewe utengenezewa barabara, lakini unafikiria ni pesa ngapi ilitumika pale? 27 million. Na unajua nini walifanya? Walileta tu bulldozer wakatoa taka. Wakatoa miti. That was it. So we must, I'm just using that to illustrate, we must always watch the budget, because sometimes you find that what has been allocated and what has been spent, and that's why these oversight bodies are very important, is different from what has been done on the ground. Na sisi wananchi ndio tuko pale ground mashinani. Karibu sana. I've said very few things actually. I've only said 3 things. I've said, who are you as a citizens forum? And how can you be engaged on things planning? And then how can you ensure that what has been planned is implemented? That's all I've said in simple English. Here's the story too, and we can expand them. And once you understand that clearly, then we can start contributing to development, and we can also start to play our oversight role as citizens. Now, I want to come to my last slide, the devolution conference, and partly why we're having this dialogue. The devolution conference is here, is focusing on the Big Four agenda, which is the presidential focus. We know what the Big Four is dealing with. Ni mambo ya agriculture, mambo ya trade, and industrialization, mambo ya health, na mambo ya housing. I'm more interested in housing, but I mean, if you read the entire agenda around housing, it's not just housing. It is planning for housing, it is financing housing, and it's different ideas around housing. It's civil servant housing, it's police housing, it is what you're calling social housing, and slum upgrading. And within that, then of course we have a lot of issues around planning of towns, especially when it comes to issues of informal settlements and slums and so on. And then of course we also have directly issues of housing, and then a lot of things that we're talking about. We come in and we're saying, how is public participation envisaged within the Big Four? We know that national government will eventually give some resources. We know they've already identified a number of programs in specific counties, and of course we must actually ask that, okay, fine. I mean, why this county and not another county? Why so many units here and are not other units in the other areas? But my point is that there is going to be quite a bit of discussions during the devolution conference around the Big Four. And what we'll be asking is that you as Kakamega Citizens Forum, you as various local forums, what will be your issues? Of course, on the Big Four generally, but for us, our specific interest is housing. What will be your issues, and how do you actually want these issues addressed or brought out? Because ultimately, it's just those issues being sorted out. Hii talk shows ni sawa, kwa sababu huwa nasema ni kama catwalk, ni mahali pa watu kujiringa. So ukipewa talk show, hata yule ambaye he just been sleeping under the tree, hata kuja sema, I'm the best sleeper under the tree in the whole country. Unaamka asubuhi na kunywa uji. Oh, by the way, I forgot about that. And I'm the best uji drinker in the whole country, because I take uji, and then I sleep under the tree, and I'm very good. And then in the afternoon, I take a walk around around my father's house, because these sort of people don't have their own houses. And then in the evening, I sleep, and I'm the best sleeper. My point is that every single county will have something to say. It is impossible for anybody in any county to do nothing. They move around, but some of those things that are being done, like the sleep I'm telling you, is of no use, is useless. And this is again, and some are very useful still. But this again, where as citizens we actually come in, that we're saying, okay, fine, this discussion is happening. We don't just want to go there and talk. We actually want to agree on some issues. What are actually these issues for us? And we hope that by the time we finish around 3 o'clock, especially on these areas around urban development, around housing, around planning, because housing is CO2 nyumba. Housing is infrastructure. To Caesar in the urban area goes to Caesar. So you cannot just pick anybody to be an urban manager. Really. There's my point, that somebody can be an excellent sub-county administrator and a useless urban manager. So you cannot replace the two. They're different jobs. Kama mimi kazi yangu ni professor, I'm not governor. I can be a very good professor and a very useless governor. Kwa sababu pale mahitaji ni tofauti. Professor ni masters, PhD, nini, na umeandika makaratasi zote until the end of the world. Alafu ukikaa chini unaanza kujiongelesha, because you know as professors lazima ufanye practice. But as governor you say tumepanga, tunatekeleza. Tumepanga, tumeahidi, tunafanya. I don't have to do that as a professor. Yeah, so these are some of the issues that we hope that you can bring eventually in the next session. But in our session we'll have a very good question and answer session. But we hope we can bring this. And then at the end of the day, I always say you don't have to solve all the problems. If today you can leave this place with 1 or 2 priorities, that then can form your next conversations with the county, that's useful. Don't worry. These things, the opportunities to keep engaging the counties are there throughout. It's in the law. You can even write a letter now as you're seated here and send it as a petition to the county assembly and to the county governor. They're obligated to receive it. There's no formula for writing it. Mnakaa tu hapa chini mnaiandika. And in fact mkipeleka pale, the clerk wa assembly ndio atawaambia leteni hii sasa ndio waweke kwa utaratibu mzuri tuipeleke pale. Yeah, so of course there are opportunities, but on the other hand, like I said when we were starting, after knowing whom we are, of course we must know what we want. If you want nothing, then let's just go home. We are wasting time. But thank you so much for listening. I'd want us to have a brief question and answer, but we will not do that. What we'll do, I'll hand over the program back to Shem. Tunawaheshimiwa wako hapa, lakini wana shughuli zingine tofauti. Just want to wengine bado watakuwa after the break, because the session after the break is really with our leaders, with the MCAs and county government officials. Wao pia watatuangazia machache about what they're planning, and then we'll have the conversation. Yeah, but now I'll hand over so that we can allow Mheshimiwa a chance to say hello. Asanteni sana Shem.
Kabla waongee, tutaliorganize hii room tena. Tutaondoa hizi meza zote kwa sababu tutakuwa na mjadala. So
I'll be very brief because I know we are all set to have a dialogue as Kakamega County. And in this house, we have a number of invited guests. We have, from the Assembly, we have representation. From the Executive, we also have representation here. And we also have friends of Kakamega Local Urban Forum in the house. We have Mama County number 2, Senje. Tumpigie makofi. We will give her time to also share something when we get into the dialogue session. But at the moment, you know, we are hosted here by Shirere Ward. Si hapa ni Shirere? Unajua mwenyewe yuko kwa boma, yuko kwa nyumba. Si ni kweli? Mwenye boma ako kwa nyumba. Najua anaweza sema fungeni virago na muondoke. Na kikao itaisha tu. Si ni kweli? Lakini najua hata simama na aseme hivyo. Tunataka tumkaribishe naye pia atukaribishe. From there, we will also give an opportunity to other invited guests ambao wako very busy, of course from the county government of Kakamega, waseme mawili matatu and then twende tukunywe chai.
The facilitator that have come in while on your toes in facilitation, Professor Omenya, hope I pronounced it well. Shem, all delegates that are here, the executive, Mheshimiwa mwenzangu, Mheshimiwa Lucy, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Mirembe. Mirembe. Sisi ni watu wa Mirembe. Kwanza ni shukurani ya kwamba mmekuja Shirere na oxygen ya Shirere is fresh and free. I want to take this chance on behalf ya watu wa Shirere, the Shirere fraternity within and in Kakamega County to welcome you. Feel welcome. As Director Humphrey said, we are privileged that we have you here. We are privileged that the Kenya we have today is not the Kenya of yesterday. Isn't it? Yes. Hata Moi akirudi ndio awe president ataweza kweli? Itakuwa ni ngumu sana, sivyo? So in my introductory part, my name is Mheshimiwa Mwalimu David Kunza na nasema karibuni. Feel welcome. Thank you very much.
Asante.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I didn't know what the protocol was to be.
Yes. Proceed.
I proceed.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Kwa sababu ya saa, and indeed it is true, sisi wawili na najua wengine miongoni mwetu we are very busy, but kwa sababu ya mkutano huu we felt that we cannot miss because it's very very important. Mwananchi is number one in management and running of our counties, isn't it? Yes. So may I request that we have Mheshimiwa Lucy Chogo to come and introduce herself and say something and talk to us.
The organizers of the event, the participants, Mheshimiwa mwenzangu, nyote mliofika, hamjambo. Hamjambo. Vile mmeambiwa, jina langu ni Mheshimiwa Lucy Chogo. Mimi ni mbunge mteule kwa chama cha ODM katika bunge la Kakamega. Kwanza tu ni kusema asante sana kupata fursa hii kuja hapa kushirikiana na nyinyi katika mambo ya Urban Forum. Jana tumekuwa Kisumu, waheshimiwa wote tukijifunza mambo ya budget process. Na nimefurahi sana pia nimeona hata nyinyi mko na fursa ya kuona jinsi ambavyo budget inafaa kuwa prepared. Pia ningependa tu kusisitiza kila mmoja wenu apate nafasi angalie hiyo CIDP, ingawaje ni kitabu kikubwa sana. Kiangalie all citizens, it's your right to look at that CIDP. Mimi natoka Ikolomani na wakati tulikaa kule Ikolomani tulifanya public participation. Kwa hivyo hiyo CIDP utaangalia uone yale tulisema kule Ikolomani ama mahali unatoka ni yale yako katika CIDP. Kwa hivyo it is very important nyinyi kama citizens, it is your right to look at that information the way Professor has said. And then it is also your right to look at the ADP. We are now looking at it. In fact, today, Professor, we are doing the public participation. The budget committee is out doing the PP because this is what we are doing at the assembly now. Kwa hivyo nyinyi ni wananchi na nyinyi ndio mtatusaidia kujua ya kwamba yale miradi tulichagua ni ile ina reflect na hiyo ndio itatimizwa na serikali. Kwa hivyo mimi nimefurahia pia kujua county spatial plan, although I don't know about it. Maybe Professor you will avail notes to our emails so that we look at it and we get involved. Kwa hivyo nyinyi ambao mmepata fursa ya kuhudhuria kongamano hili, ni vizuri mpate hiyo nafasi, tukirudi nyumbani pia tuite wananchi tuwaelezee. You know, they must know what is going on. So I'm very happy to be part and parcel of this program. I have to thank Christine and the team for inviting me. I majorly specialize in children with special needs and disabilities, and I'm also happy to see that persons living with disabilities are among us. So this is an integrated forum, and I'm happy about it. So I want to encourage more and more of these forums. Mheshimiwa is in the urban. We want to see this should be a town, the way they have said. Tunataka tukikuja hapa tukitoka Ikolomani tujue tuko town, sivyo? Kwa hivyo he is lucky. He also has to develop his ward and make it look real like a town. Kwa hivyo ni kuwatakia tu mema. We are going to interrogate our CEC education. Mheshimiwa and I am on the committee. He is going to defend the CIDP. Vile walisema kila idara ina mipango yake. Kwa hivyo sisi kamati ya education pia tunaenda kuangalia mipango na kwa CIDP na ADP na CFSP, tuangalie ni ile miradi itasaidia wananchi. Kwa hivyo ninahimiza pengine kabla mjamaliza kongamano hili tunaweza kupanga kila mtu apate hizo copies, ndio muende nazo nyumbani, mkutane na wananchi. Kwa hivyo asanteni, na pia mmejumuisha wamama wengi sana. Nafurahia wamama. Hai. Asante, nyinyi ndio mnajua mahitaji mengi kuliko wazee. Wazee tibim. Hai, asante sana.
She was awarded by Safaricom through the great work anafanya na walemavu. Na disclose hiyo anataka
judiciary ya pili, executive ya tatu, legislature. Hiyo ilikuwa inaongea ni legislature. Sasa nataka tusikie kutoka kwa executive ndio mjue hii nyumba iko full house. Si kweli? Sasa tuweke mikono juu. I mean kichemushe. Tupeane kabla hajakuja. 1, 2, 3. Asante. So mwakilishi ambaye tuko naye one and only mwenye anawakilisha executive hapo hapa, mama wa heshima, ni mama anajulikana kaunti hii kwa maendeleo ambayo imefanyika. Si kweli?
Members of this forum, good morning. Good morning. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Amen. Majina yangu ni Ruth Ngari kutoka Education Department ya County Government. That is Ministry of Education, Science and Technology. Ninawakilisha the Chief Officer, Education. As you all know, education was devolved, just part of education ilikuwa devolved from 2013. And therefore, I come from that department. I'm in the Department of Early Childhood Education, which was devolved, and also today maybe elimishana kuhusu hizo 3 areas that are in the education department. Kwa hivyo nina furaha sana, ninajua this will be a very educative forum, tunapo interact pamoja. Waheshimiwa wakienda sisi tutabaki hapa. Najua hao wako na shughuli nyingi sana. So I feel privileged to be with you here today, just to share together so that we can push our county together, as Professor rightly says, that planning is very important. Thank you so much, brother Brady. Tutakuwa pamoja nani. Asante sana.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Ruth. I know you will be a resource person when it comes to issues to do with education as far as the county is concerned. Yeah, of course, when Prof was giving us a hint of the Big Four, he categorically stated that our major focus, again, besides the others, itakuwa ni mambo ya housing. And we are privileged to have a representative from the county government of Kakamega, who is also here with us, our brother Kevin. Kevin, I want you to greet your people. Kevin, you tell you what.
Good morning. As you have been told, my name is Marango Kelvin. I'm working from the Department of Planning at the County Government of Kakamega. I'm here to represent the Chief Officer in that ministry, and I'm glad to be here. I'm happy to join you in the building our county. I wish you are well for. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Let us clap for him.
I'm actually in a hurry. I had sent my sector of NAD of the county, Akedia CDI, to be here on our behalf as a union, but he has fallen sick. Because for me, I'm running to a funeral somewhere. So I've decided to come in for around 3 minutes to share with you about these urban development issues and public participation. I'm Jungani Patrick, the NAD chairman, Western Region. As far as the public participation is concerned on development matters, it is very, very important that the communities must understand every government's plan. A plan that the government has, whether it is a national government, the county government, or at the ward level, it must be within the minds of the citizens. Citizens have a role to play in questioning about why development is in one area and not the other area, or why development is delaying to take place in one county while in other counties is going on. So this requires everybody's concern. People should be allowed to question. People should be allowed to comment positively where proper planning has taken place and development is going on. In development programs, as far as my knowledge is concerned, development must start within the core center. And the core center is the town. The main city must be the center of development. Then it must rotate around the peripheries. Peripheries are those areas that surround the main city, so that in the long run, the expansion of the core city will take place within a 5-period or 5-year plan. So when it is not developing within the periphery or the surroundings, the development is concentrated in one area, there is a likelihood of people resisting to say we are not feeling that essence of development. We want to thank our county government here. Some development has been seen, particularly in the city here. We see so many good roads, good road network. We are seeing a lot of constructions going on. But the biggest question is, how is Lubao? How is Lugari? How is the areas around Kakamega? What about those areas around Makunga? For the future of our development, those areas are supposed to be developed in terms of resource allocation and development matters. So this requires for a plan, a good plan, that can be captured by those who are in the system and those who will come so that they accomplish what has not been accomplished. The citizens have a role to play in questioning why such things are not happening. There are going to be no good agriculture in any given government when the roads are impassable. For urban development, we must also talk about rural development. There are going to be no urban development without rural development. Because if you plant bananas here in Kakamega and you deny the people of Kakamega a chance to grow the same bananas, they'll all come and steal your bananas here in Kakamega town. So you will be enhancing an element of thuggery, an element building people who are not comfortable with what you are doing because they don't see the tangibility of the same in their immediate environment. Julius Mutaizi niliambia kwa hapa mapema, asante, tunaenda na wewe na benevolent leader yule ambaye anahusika na mambo ya matanga. Hata mwili ambaye mtu amekufa kufika mahali pazuri, lazima barabara ikuwe mzuri. Tuna wakati tulicomplain barabara ya kuenda moja kutoka hapo kuingia hapo ilikuwa mbaya sana. But the ghosts and spirits came and reminded the governor, can you do our road so that we can also enjoy when we are in coffins? Akatengeneza hiyo njia because everybody wants to enjoy. Bwana Mungu akasimama wakuone wakati wasimama Benevolent kule Chinyani. Yes, I'm ready to go. Thank you so much.
Also been, Mheshimiwa also sits in the urban, the planning committee, which again is at the heart of what we're discussing now. So what we're going to do is to allow Mheshimiwa to address us and maybe highlight a few issues, and then after that we'll open this into the conversation. Mheshimiwa, asante sana. Yeah, this is actually a citizens forum raring to be engaging in public participation with yourselves and government. Karibu Mheshimiwa.
Thank you very much to the organizers of this forum and all who've attended to participate. My name is Farouk Machanje, MCA Isuka South. That's Kakamega area. And I also sit on the Public Accounts Committee in the Kakamega County Assembly as the Vice Chair. I'm also in the Planning Committee. So as the professor said, this actually is at the core of the functions that I perform at the Assembly. It's always tough to talk after someone like Patrick Chungani because he's my senior in politics. But whatever is said actually, that should carry favor with you. You know, we are in competition. We are 47 counties competing against each other to see which county will actually emerge top and offer services to its people. Right now, I think you've been seeing in the papers or in media, Makueni is doing quite well. Is that not so? Look at Narok. Narok is doing quite well. But the mistake that we always do is we are asking at how much is coming from the national government to our county. We rarely talk about how much are we generating as a county. That is revenue. How much revenue are we collecting? Right now, you compare Kiambu and Kakamega, we are almost the same population. But Kiambu is collecting about 1.7 billion shillings, while in Kakamega we are hardly doing 500 million. Now, how do we compete with a county like Kiambu? And what is Kiambu doing right that we are not doing in our county? For instance, Kiambu has actually given that mandate to the KRA. Can you collect this revenue on our behalf? Come to Kakamega, park your car. The whole day, nobody will ask you for the parking fee. Or if they come, boss, nipatie salasini hiyo ingine. This is actually killing our economy. Is that not so? So these are some of the things we should be thinking about. We thank God that 14 counties have come together and they are talking about trade in the Lake region. 14 counties, and each has committed to give about 1 billion shillings to open a bank. They want to set up a bank for this region. That's something good. And this is, you know, when you go as a block, that is what makes sense. But at the same time, we are actually in the budget making process. How many of you have taken interest to know what is contained in that budget that is coming up? And this is where it matters. You get it right here, well, but if you fail at the budget level, that's it. But again, in the budget, you find that the executive, Kakamega executive, wants to have about 550 million to set up a bank in Kakamega. I mean, does it make sense? Huh? So these are some of the things that we are actually looking at and getting away from the budget, because it doesn't make sense. See? Now, when it comes to planning, you can see the state of our county. What economical reason do we have to have, say, a prison right at the center of town? A prison? While this facility can be gotten from there, taken to yeah, now we are talking. These are some of the things we should be questioning. Because land is a very big factor when it comes to development. But we can't just have land like that. Even look at the size of land that the police station has taken. I mean, we can say, let's retain this administration block. But all that housing of police, I mean, we can free that land for something better. Is it not so? Yes. Yeah. There are some centers like Kakamega which are coming up so fast. Those people in Kakamega should not be coming to town to get the services which they can get while in Kakamega. And that Kakamega can even serve a radius of a very big radius. See? So something like even Huduma Center should get a reason to be attracted to Kakamega. Open up these centers in different areas, because what does devolution stand for? Devolution is actually taking services closer to the people. So actually, I must say that I'm very happy to see participants actively involved in such brainstorming, because we just have to make Kakamega work, and nobody else will do it other than you and me. But oversight is a very important role for an MCA. And you need to task your MCA. Why are things happening this way? It's not about Oparanya. Today we've got Oparanya, tomorrow we'll have another person. It's about Kakamega, it's about you, it's about your... I mean, it's about Kakamega. Do it for Kakamega. Other people are doing it in their areas. You see, unless we get it right, believe me, we are in a lot of problems. Thank you, but I'm here. I'll sit in most of the program. And sorry I came late. Unajua ikiwa ni mwanasiasa unapanga hivi, lakini wananchi wanakupangia kivingine. Asanteni sana.
In the morning. And I gave the example of a county that I believe should be closed down, but thanks to Wilbur Tichino, there's a county called Vihiga. The thing is that some of these counties do not have any ability to generate any resources. And then they're mismanaging whatever resources they have there, be they rural or urban. And Mheshimiwa said something very powerful there, that really, yes, you get some money from national government, but how are you growing the wealth that you already have? Because eventually that is what will make a difference in our county. But now the field is open for us. You are allowed, this is not just about questions. You are also allowed to make comments and put in place thoughts, ideas, and so on. But questions are also welcome. Questions are also very welcome, and the questions will not just be to us. A lot of that's why we call this dialogue. A lot of the questions you'll be raising are questions that again will be throwing back. We may reflect on some of them, but we'll be throwing back to again members of the audience, because they're members of the audience that may be able to have very good ideas.
around the question that you'll be asking. So that's how we are structuring the dialogue. So feel free, if you have a question, don't worry, even if it was a question that is not linked directly with any of the presentations that were made. Just make it, and I hope we have somebody who's taking note of all this, but yeah, but there's no problem.
I'm a geospatial scientist. You got data for land survey, but you brought in that scientific name to reflect the changes. I'm doing that deliberately because what I'll talk about is biased towards that. Number one, I really would have loved to find out if there is some master plan for the entire Kakamega County. This is in relation to spatial planning. I would really want to see it so that I see how things like satellite towns, what Mheshimiwa has talked about, for example, how they have been planned. Why am I saying this? Because, coming to the example of Haiga, if Haiga is developed, it will change the socioeconomic status of that place. It will help lift the economy. And unlike in the old models, Prof will agree with me, you don't necessarily have to move people. You can actually plan and integrate them. They feel safe where they are and also acceptable. Is there such a plan, master plan for Kakamega? Spatial, talking about spatial planning. Then, the CIDP is a very important document. It has to integrate. I had a chance to download the one that is posted. Before that, we were in a forum somewhere and I asked a question when we participated. I think in Chinyelu, some of us were there. Then we were supposed to look at the draft, raw draft. Then it is taken away to find out if what we had suggested is there. So it has been posted nonetheless. My question is, I do not know if I heard somebody say there will be a participation, if we'll have read through and seen what we suggested is in, and then it's a little sad that I'm hearing that here. I don't know what efforts have been made to publicize so that people can adequately participate. Thank you.
Thank you. If you see me working on my phone, it's because I'm taking notes with the phones. I have a lot of respect for this forum. So I think some people will be saying, "Who Professor Namadharau?" Yeah.
Majina mimi naitwa Yas kutoka Mumias. Na maswali yangu nataka kulenga kwa mheshimiwa ambaye ameongea na tumemsikia. Na maswali mawili. Swali la kwanza nauliza hivi, wakati mnaona MCA wenu ikifika public participation hakuji, lakini mnaona anafanya maendeleo, nyinyi kama wananchi mnaweza fanya nini? Second question, nyinyi mnasema gavana amekuwa mkali kwenye sana, mpaka hata mimi najua ni mkali, lakini hii World Development Fund nyinyi ndio mlitunga sheria na mkatoa, na sisi tulichagua nyinyi kwenda kuwakilisha wananchi. Sasa maendeleo ya miaka 5 wananchi wataenda kupata aje kupitia kwa ward? Thank you.
From municipality Kakamega. I have an idea plus maybe a question. My idea is in planning we are told that if you don't know where you are going, then nobody will direct you where to go, and at the same time you will get to nowhere. So for a county or a community to grow, we need the technical experts. I have done technical education and also I do technical work that is skilled. In our county or in our society, we don't impress technical work. Why do I say that? I say that because technical education has been devolved to county government. The county is really supporting it in one way or another, but the problem is, like if you go to technical institutions, you'll get students there. Yes, the county
pays for their tuition, almost everything. The parents do not give anything. Now, there are no teachers in those county polytechnics. How do you expect those students to get value of their education? That means that they do not get enough of what the skill they have gone to learn. Another thing is we don't have any textile, let's say, industry or any industry supporting the textile in, let's say, Western region. If we have students maybe doing textile education in these county polytechnics, they have nowhere to go for attachment. Why? Because there is no technical industry or factory in the Western region as a whole. That means Bungoma, Kakamega, Busia, Kisumu, and what have you. We only have to go to maybe Eldoret or Nakuru outside this Western region. These students, I would motivate them to help them even get the attachment part of it, and at least they get the work or the for a country to grow, we need technicians. So if we don't support them, how do we expect this county to grow? Supporting them, we need shoes. At least everybody in this hall is technical, has anything done by the hands of men and women of maybe the whole country. If we don't empower those who are making shoes, how will you get your shoes? If we don't empower those who are making clothes, how will you get your clothes?
I'm Grace Amega from Lugare. My question goes on this tax paying. If the tax paid for can be given a flat rate which is not high, for example, in shops, in posho mills and other parts, and it is on a flat rate which is easier for somebody to make, that can also help the county government to get money. And also the people concerned should be people who are given money and then they give in to the proper place that is needed according to the receipts given. The flat rate, because the higher amount they give makes most traders to shy off, and they'll always close the shops to run away when they see local government people working, fighting for the money.
Levy, I'm from Malawa, sub-county. Me, I just wanted to know if there's a solution passed by this forum about those people put in leadership, but they don't respect the laws. For example, they say as per the auditor general report, pesa upotea ovyo, and they know watu gani umepotea na pesa. Anasema the sovereignty of the state is in the hands of the people. Now, you find that hiyo wananchi wamejua wamepotelea pesa, wameharibu pesa, and wananchi wanalalamika ya kwamba umeipa pesa yetu, umemisappropriate our funds. As citizens, is there any law that gives us power to remove such a like a person? Why? Because I'm asking this because after even members have said this man is the right person to serve us, but somebody in leadership says no, goes against the wananchi. Where is our law? What is specified that wananchi should take to make sure these leaders follow the constitution as it is written?
There'll be the issue of the master plan. I think for that reason, then I'll just highlight one or two issues. If somebody steals, is Chinua Achebe who talked about it. Maybe we need to switch one of them off.
Let us concentrate on one thing. There is a lot of disturbance.
Yes.
So let us concentrate. If we are just to talk and keep off from that thing, we are getting distorted.
That's your advice. Well, the technician gets your advice. Yes. So when it comes to the issue of people stealing, that is just the law. You don't need to wait for anybody. And in fact, Okiya Mtata is from this region. The law now is very, very clear. If somebody breaks a law anywhere, you as a Kenyan, in your own right, leave alone even as local urban forum or county assembly, you can take action. You can actually go and report this person to the police, to the relevant authorities, to structures like this, to Kenya Anti-Corruption. And in fact, you can take the individual to court and say, look here, I do have evidence that you are a public officer who was stealing. So I think we need to empower ourselves and not feel helpless when we actually have thieves amongst us. You just come in and do exactly what you needed to do. The issue that I'll just go to a couple that I think I'm passionate about. The issue of technical education, I cannot agree with you more. This is one of the things that we're discussing with a number of governors. A number of governors are looking at possibilities of turning their counties around economically and making them, really strong hubs of production, industrial production and so on. What I'm telling them is that if you don't have the technical expertise, it will not happen. Are you going to import Chinese guys to run the sugar factories or to run your proposed health centers or your tourist attraction sites and so on? So this must go hand in hand with building technical expertise, and the opportunity is actually in development of these technical institutions. During SGR, a very basic thing was provided, and of course there are some things that you never get to hear. Members of Parliament said that, look, there's so much metal work that will be happening during that SGR, and a lot of it is very basic. And the Chinese said, no problem, give us, 10,000 technicians. How do the Chinese know you're a technician? They need a certificate and they need some practice. We could not even guarantee the Chinese 100 technicians. They brought metal workers from China. Yeah, it's a fact. Who was building? Nani walikuwa wanafanya reli? Kuna vijana wenu hapa walikuwa wanafanya huko. Yes, so if you're serious about development, we must actually think about the human resource part of it. Then I just want to make the last comment before I hand over to my colleagues. That was about I think I'll just speak to those two. The other matters I'll leave to my colleagues to highlight. So I think Mheshimiwa will go, and then our colleague, the planner, will deal with last bit.
Public. This is one of the most important things that the Constitution gave to mwananchi of Kenya. Your participation. Usemi wako. Useme mimi fulani naonelea hivi na hivi. Na kama hiyo ifanyiki, basi ni kinyume ya katiba. Na mtu anaweza simama akaenda kotini aseme mimi sikubaliani na hiki kitu kwa sababu sikuhusishwa. Leo vile tunavyozungumza, kuna assembly inafanya public participation kuhusiana na budget. Wako sehemu tofauti leo na kesho mtaona wakiwa katika wards zenu. Jamani, enda pale usikize na upatiane maelezo yao. Na hii kitu lazima inatangazwa kwenye magazeti, vyombo vya habari, kwamba siku fulani kutafanyika public participation saa fulani na inahusiana na kitu fulani na itakuwa pahali fulani. So if you don't follow it in the media to know what is happening around you, vitu zitatupita tu, alafu baadaye itakuwa ni kusema sisi hatukujua, hatukuona ama hatukufanya nini, lakini ishapita, imepita. Kwa sababu sheria nasema lazima iwekwe kwenye vyombo vya habari. na imetangazwa hata kwenye magazeti kwamba Ward Development Fund, hii ni kidonda ndugu sana kwenye assembly, na kuna mvutano kali sana pamoja na executive. We talked about devolution. Devolution, the essence of devolution is to ensure that resources and services get as low as possible to the people of Kenya. Now, we've got the national government, which allocates monies to the counties. And it's up to the county governments to ensure that this money actually goes as far down as the villages, so that you can feel that there's some change in your lifestyle from the taxes that you pay. Sio kwamba pesa ni msaada ama ni it's a favor. This is a right. You are paying this money and then it's coming back to you. So it's not a favor anyone is doing you. Just for instance, there is no way President Uhuru Kenyatta would have said, I'm not sending money to Nyanza because that is an opposition zone. Neither could he say it to Western because Western voted for ODM. No, it can't happen. Again, there is no way a governor can say, I'm not doing development in such an area because that MCA is not from my party, or is not friendly, is not a friendly MCA. Makosa yangu moja ni kitu kimoja, I like speaking the truth. And I wish even if MCAs were here, this is the way I am. I always speak the truth. You'll find that some people will let go of something very important to the voters just because their hands have been greased. And it's not only happening in county assemblies, it's even happening in the National Assembly. Your representative will just see your right going away because he's been given something. Now, this is what I'm saying. You also need to put us on toes. Put us on toes. When it comes to ward fund, this is something which was there in the last assembly. We used to have MCAs oversighting or rather managing projects in their wards. But right now that one is out. Bursary was also there, but that one has also been removed. Now, reason being, we are told that bursary is not a devolved, rather education is not a devolved function. It's a national government function. But when you look around, you find that other counties are actually supporting their students in bursaries. It's still happening in other counties. Just recently, Governor Wangamati ensured that 400 million went into bursaries to support students from Bungoma. Yet here we are told that's not our function. Now, how do our children compete with the children of those who have been supported? And the who is who in Kenya right now, most of them at one point or the other, they got support to see themselves in through schools. This is the senator of Murang'a. He's also put a bill in the Senate that MCA should get ward funds to support their areas. And one of the reasons he's giving is that this will actually free MCAs from bullying by governors. Because as I told you when I stood here, if someone says that if you oversight me, I'll come and finish you in your ward, or I will deny you development in your ward. I mean, you'll find that a lot of MCAs now shying off that responsibility. But if they can have their own fund to ensure that there's some development going on in their wards, MCAs will stand strong because they'll not be under the tight grip of anyone. Is that not so? So these are things that will ensure that happen. Now, there's a lady who talked about these polytechnics that we got around. It's a sorry state. Just last week I was in a polytechnic in my ward, and we are having a meeting. You find that it's only got 12 students. When it started, a number of students came there, and they really wanted to learn. But you reach, you are just put in a room. There's only one teacher, you see, and the principal. There is no equipment. Now you want to teach someone how to become a carpenter. Yet the equipment for someone to do carpentry is not there. Is it all about theory? So right now that polytechnic has only got 12. That polytechnic has only got 12 students, and yet they've been put on notice that if you cannot raise 100 students and above, we are closing down. So what do you do in order to attract more students to that polytechnic? These are questions that we should be asking, and maybe the professor, I heard him say that it all comes from planning. You see, if you don't just wake up one day and then you say, yeah, I want to have this and this, there should be a lot of planning, thinking before you do it. Instead of maybe having 2 polytechnics in a ward, why don't you do one and ensure it is well equipped, ensure there are enough teachers, instead of spreading it so much and then we don't get value for it. Then another mama talked about taxation. You see, this is also where we get it wrong, but this is something that we are trying to see what to do about it in the ministry, in the planning committee. In Kakamega, you'll find a shopkeeper is supposed to pay about 5,000, 3,000, depending on the type of business, or even 7,000 shillings per year. Sasa huyu mama mboga, yeye kwa kila siku anakusanya shilingi 30, sio? 30 shillings kutoka kwa mama mboga. Kumbuka mtu ambaye yuko na hardware analipa kama 7,000, sio? Haya. 30 shillings times 30, how much is that? 900 shillings. 900 shillings times 12 months, how much is that? 10,800 shillings. So mama mboga ambaye anauza nyanya 3 kitunguu is paying 10,800 shillings. Mtu ambaye yuko na hardware analipa 7,000 shillings. Does it make sense? So these are some of the things we are trying, we really need to correct, but we've got a problem that we are behind schedule. We don't have enough personnel in our offices. We don't have enough support staff in our offices to do some of these things. So let me not take much time, but I think I've talked about what I needed to talk about. And then the need for technical people. It's also another sorry state in Kakamega. Sahi ukitaka kujenga jengo kubwa lazima uwe na makaratasi, si ndio hivyo? Sasa unakuta watu wetu hatukusomesha, watu wanadharau hii kazi ya mkono, masomo ya mkono. Unakuta sasa jengo iko inatakana ijengwe, ama mtu anatakana aweke stima kutoka hapa ghorofa ya chini mpaka juu, na ni mamilioni mtu anapata. Hatuna makaratasi. Haya, watu watoke Nyanza. Si Wajaluo ndio the best ikija mambo ya ufundi. Na wanakuja wanapewa jengo. How much is this? So much millions. Mtu wa kujenga jengo pia akuje atoke kwa Wajaluo, wa Kisii, wa Kikuyu, wa Kamba. Sisi Waluo tunatafuta watu wa mkono. Mwenye mwaba au mzungu mlevando kwa mkono. Kwa sababu hamuna makaratasi. Mtu anakuambia hata mimi naweza jenga kitu kama hii.
wapi karatasi? Niko na experience. Hawataki experience. Sheria nasema somesha.
I think the discussions leo ziko they are mind opening, si ndio? Na hii issue ya mwisho hii yenye mheshimiwa ameongelea kuhusu technical. Najua mimi ni mzee sana, nilisoma hiyo wakati wa 844. What role did we have as parents also kuwa the technical aspect? I remember one time mambo ya kupiga rada nini, it was in primary school. So what we have done, we withdrew it from the primary school. Na primary school, by the way, what it used to do, ina create interest. Ni kama kuendesha baiskeli. Huyo mtoto asipo create interest ya kuendesha baiskeli akiwa 3 years, 4 years. Alafu unakuja kumwambia akifika 20, hii ni baiskeli, wacha tukufunze kuendesha. Do you think it's the same thing? So maybe tukua parents tuliteta tukasema education imekuwa expensive, art and craft ikatolewa, science ikatolewa, electricity ikatolewa, building, hii mambo ya mjengo ya brickwork, si ilikuwa primary. Mzee akisoma. Sasa watoto wetu wanaenda wakisoma courses zingine, CRA nini, wakifika form 4 wamemaliza, ndio unawaambia kwa nini usiende ufanye mambo ya mbao. Huyo mtoto hata ajui mbao inakaa aje in the first place. Haja interact na randa, haja interact na ile plumb bob, ile kwetu tunaita kabiro, sijifu mnaita aje. So ina hata small things zenye kitambo zilikuwa enjoyable to do, saa hizi zinakaa great kwa watoto wetu. Maybe niongee mambo ya spatial planning, kama kuna county spatial plan, hiyo hakuna. As at now, it is in the next CIDP yenye wana prepare one of the flagship projects. It should be ready within 18 months. Is the next item. But as a county, they did the planning for the towns. Kakamega, Mumias have already benefited from that, and also through the World Bank. World Bank has facilitated us also to do several others. Since we are in that technical area, we should be, we get a contact tunajaribu kupita for the forums zenye tumepata. Currently, Butere is benefiting from single cities. They are doing something there, some planning also. But the bigger one for the county is now it's in the pipeline. Sisi kama nimejibu vizuri. Asante.
Lakini kama hatujaanza hiyo second round, madam atatuangazia machache kulingana na haya maswali yameulizwa kuhusu masomo.
Hawanijui, nilikuwa nimesema naitwa Ruth Ngari kutoka Ministry of Education, County Government. Najibu tu le swali la yule dadangu aliyeuliza shortage ya wale walimu wa vyuo vya polytechnics. It is true that we have a instructor shortage in our polytechnics, but to address that, the county government has sent out job intents to hire 250 instructors, and in fact the advert inaisha, if I'm not wrong, ni kesho. So for the past 2 months that advert has been out there for instructors. So maybe kabla ya kesho wale wako hapa and they happen to know people who have skills in the different trades, kama fashion design. We don't want to call them tailoring because you know hiyo ndio ilikuwa inaleta shida. Ukiambia mtoto wako aende kujifunza tailoring, anafikiria tu ni yule tailor ambaye uona pale kwa veranda kila mara. And so that mindset pia imetusumbua kidogo kwa watoto wetu kuchukua hizo courses. So I think that is what I just wanted to say. To address the shortage, we have a job intent for 250 instructors. Thank you.
Asante sana.
Kwa majina naitwa Shadrack Yakama kutoka kwa Chairman Buhungurua. Niko na 2 concerns ambayo nitahitaji tukaweza kuziangazia pia. Wakati walipofanya utangulizi katika mkutano huu. I think the professor mentioned something kuhusu the big four. And langu kabisa litaenda sana kuhusu hapo sehemu ya housing ambayo town kudevelop, tunahitaji kuwa na manyumba mzuri na zile ambazo watu wanapaswa kuishi. Jambo ambalo najaribu kuangazia ni kwamba initially tumekuwa na a very big problem with the drainage system ambayo inakontributiwa sana na mvua ambayo inaanguka kwa mabati ambayo tumejenga na inatakana iende downstream. Na tumekuta ya kwamba sehemu mingi ambayo haya maji yanaenda, kukua very specific, hii maji inatoka katika eneo ya hospitali na kwa province yote inaelekea katika mtoni hapo chini area ya Shibakala, na ambayo imetengeneza a very big gully of which sijui tuna address namna gani. Wakati mnakuja kwa public participation watu wanaelezea kwamba hiyo project is a very big project, kwamba haiwezi kuwa managed by the county government or inahitaji kuwa na external funding. So hiyo ni kitu ambayo kama planners tunahitaji kuaddress zaidi, so that wakati hiyo maji inaanza kuteremka tujue hiyo drainage iko namna gani. Sehemu ya pili, town planning pia inaambatana na population. Population wakati town kukua, lazima population inaanza ku increase, na hiyo population tunaelezea kwamba maji ni uhai. Hawa watu wote wana depend kwa maji ndiposa wakaweza kuishi. Many a times tumekuwa initially tumekuwa na county government, especially through our MCS, wamekuwa na hiyo provision ya ku enhance especially the springs that the spring water that we are having, the natural spring water that we are having.
And let's try to make them brief kwa sababu tunataka wachangie.
I have two issues or three. One, Professor, you told us that any good home must be built on authentic model and yes roof. And our beloved professor just said that our county has no special plan for the county. That's an area of concern. And I think this forum should engage the county government. Because anything that is going on then, to me and any other person, is haphazard. I want to go directly to I want to comment on what Mheshimiwa said. Mheshimiwa, very many leaders at the grassroots, just like you say, some people fear oversight, the county level. Even the MCS fear oversight down there. Adequate, employed, technical, teachers in polytechnic, adequate, sensitize the community so that our children are in those facilities, enjoying facility that has adequate human resource. When do you want us to go the Kugama way of giving 450 million to bursary when we don't have an instructor? Okay? And for 5 years we have had these polytechnics. Can we, in your capacity now that you are that able, can you push before you go to bursary? Can we have our polytechnics strong, standing, and functional? Can you push our ECD strong and functional? Because we have experienced that, you members, you can agree with me. When this bursary is also devolved, then the MCS have an opportunity to also give out as gifts to people who voted for them. We saw it happening. They are very selective in who should be given a bursary and who should not be given. And point number 3, when it comes to public participation, our able officer said here. Last year, as part of the platform members, we were in all public participation fora that were discussing views on annual development plans. We raised concern. Why do you come to scoop a 1-year plan from the CIDP and you are bringing for public participation and you have not shared a draft on CIDP? Is your responsibility just collecting views? So you collect views and you seek feedback. We seek feedback before we move forward. I think we didn't get an adequate answer. And I'm saying this strongly because you sit on a planning committee. And that is the committee that is charged with this responsibility. Finally, I want to look at the 4 agenda. Because we were told that we must also focus on the forthcoming conference. Personally, I come from a sugar belt zone, where an agenda here is trade and industrialization. You know, when you go to Mumia Sugar has collapsed. The trade there has collapsed. So people don't have money. Or I don't know. How will it be an agenda this time? What will the government replace with what is already collapsed? Biggest industry, sugar industry in the continent, in this continent.
Wengine shule za walemavu za upili ni chache sana hapa Western. Sasa nilikuwa naomba MCS wafuatilie maneno sana. Asante.
Alafu vijana.
Naitwa Zakaria Shatsala kutoka Shirere municipality. Nataka nishukuru when it comes to public participation. Public participation brings us to the grassroots, where we can now pick the resources, the information, and even the human resource that is on the ground. This county, before even we plan, or when we are planning, we must be planning against our resources. We don't just say we are planning. It's where the problem is. Mheshimiwa, you know, when you also ask us, do you know what is happening? We will ask you, have you told us what is happening? No, tell us. That is why we sit and elect somebody to represent us in the parliament. So you, first of all, tell us, then we know. I want to say, this county has strength. One of the strengths of this country are the natural resources. Western, or this county has what we call coal. It is mined in Kolomani, it is mined in Kakamega town, and that's why Kakamega was brought here from Mias. It was brought here because there was coal mining. This is a big resource. I don't know. We have a ministry for mining and something like that. It has become a personal entity. People are mining gold here in Rosterman, and they are taking it away. You go there in the evening, you see the Indians. The people who run the whole thing come from Kisi. So, what plan did we have? We just sit for the resources to be taken away, and then we keep crying. Look at the planning of this town. Mzungu planned this town. We have destroyed it. Wakati wa municipal councils, people ran in for plots. People have sold even public recreational places. We are not professor. When we discuss these things, let them not end at friends. We want to see them at another level. we can have a lot of public participation. Then we participate the way we are participating, the way we are contributing. When it reaches the next level, they say, this man, where did he read up to? He cannot give this. Or where does he come from? That kills this country. But we want to come just to our county, which is Kakamega County. Let us sit down as we are discussing. We want a reporting participation.
Kwa majina naitwa Jemima Mai kutoka Mias East Sub-County, coordinator New Vision CBO. Nina maoni. Oni langu ni la kwamba asante kweli kwa watu wote walipokea ukatuzi. Magavana wakajiweka katika viti. Ma-MCS wakawekwa. Sasa kila mtu anapambana kuona amejenga shule, amejenga hospitali, amejenga barabara, wapi factory. Lakini swali ninataka kuuliza ni na hale watu wako nyumbani wengi sana ambao hawezi enda shule na wajui maana ya hiyo barabara na wajui maana ya hiyo shule. Tutafanya nini kuwaelimisha ili waweze kujua ya kwamba serikali ikileta barabara ama ikileta shule karibu na wewe ni yako. Kwa mfano saa hii kuna barabara ya kutoka Shianda hivi, kutoka Munyasi kukuja Shianda. Wanaweka highlights za kuonyesha usiku kama unakuja na gari kuonyeshe mahali barabara inafika. Watoto wako na nyundo wanatoa. Ukienda kushika mtoto utoe, mwanamke anakuuliza kwa nini unaingilia mtoto wangu? Sasa barabara ni ya nani? For example, wanatoa mfereji maji wanaweka nje, wanaweka makalibati. Wao wanauza mboga, wanakata maembe, wakitoa hizo takataka zote wanamwaga ndani ya kalibati. This enabling education. Why don't we also think about the enabling education to our people in the non-formal manner so that they can also understand why they are being given these things? Wananchi njaa. Mtupe pesa ya kutrain hao wananchi. Wajua hata kukojoa barabarani ni dhambi. Sababu anaoka juu, anakojoa kwa maji na mwingine anachota chini. Naye wanaume wengi hii Kakamega kawe. Ukitembea tu anakojoa. Hajaelewa ya kwamba ile mkojo chafu itaenda kwa hewa ama iteremka mtoni ama ibaki kwa matawi idhuru mtu kama yeye ana magonjwa. Tunapata watu wengi wanakonjeka, hata hiyo referral mnasema mnataka kujenga ni sawa, lakini tusiwache wakonjeka. Ajue ya kwamba nikienda nikisusu ovyo ovyo ni makosa. Hata hapa town wamejenga choo, wangapi wanaenda? Hapo tutaenda kwa ukuta ya hiyo choo. Niombe hivi. Ninataka niombe hivi. Hata yule mkulima anafundishwa vizuri kulima. Anahitaji pesa. Na mimi kama mimi ningepewa kiasi kidogo kwa serikali, mimi singeenda kujenga barabara ama nyumba. Ninaenda na strengthen watu huko chini na wapea pesa na waambie mnataka barabara hiyo. Nimempea pesa, jengeni barabara yenu. Na hakuna mtu wa kupita hapo. Hakuna hata mahindi itapita hapo. Hakuna hata sasa kama unajenga barabara Mumias inakuja Kakamega. Mboga zinatoka Chwele zinakuja Mumias. Nani ni barabara ya Kakamega nani anatumia? So ingekuwa vice versa, wabuild watu wakuwe na akili, watoe pesa, wajenge manyumba. Sasa polytechnic imejengwa for the 5 years 2 halls. They have no students. But each hall is 5 million. If that 5 million was given to capacity building of the technical, I don't call it the technical, the understanding knowledge. Omudioba hatu, ni ana haticha hati itino mreba. Shikira shirona haticha hati arefi mwana. Lakini yeye hakumbuki anahitaji fresh air throughout the year. Na unajua hiyo yenye anaita arefi hata watu wengi hawajui kama iko. So she is thinking of a thief other than thinking of his own lifestyle. Kwa maana hakuna ventilation. Sasa hiyo enabling education tutaipa kwa watu.
Naomba muongea kama watu 10.
Asante. Kwa majina naitwa Francis
Gavana Shikokoti. Natoka tu hapa karibu. Shirere Ward. Na nashukuru ma MCA kwa sababu kulingana na hizi katasi ndio niko hapa. Nataka niongee hivi. Tuna resources mingi in Western. Kuna mchanga mzuri. Kuna rivers tena ziko. Mbona tusitumie hii mchanga? Tuna industry moja tu hapa Mumias. Na kuna mambo mengi mimi naona hii maneno ifikie county government wajue vile watasaidia sisi. Hapa kuna mito miwili. Kuna Nzoia, kuna Yala. Mbona hata Yala ndio kubwa. Na hiyo Yala it can even produce power electricity. Hata hiyo Nzoia. Sisi hatuna hapa stima mpaka tuende wapi? Nairobi ndio Ruiru. Ndio hii power inatoka hapa Uganda inaenda Ruiru, inakuwa stored huko, ndio inakuja hapa Kakamega. Sisi tunaweza tengeneza hii rivers mbili hizi. Tutengeneza hata powers. Alafu mtu amesema hapa ati railway inaweza toka tu hapo nini Nairobi inafika hapa Mombasa inafika Nairobi. Alafu itafika Kisumu. Na hapo kwetu Kakamega mbona hiyo kari ya moshi hiyo, nasema kari ya moshi hiyo ifika Kakamega ili itengeneza hata sisi tujijivunie kama watu wa Kakamega County. Sasa naomba hii maneno ifikie county government, ijue tuna all resources, hata sisi tujivunie hiyo maneno. Shukuru sana. Hamungejua hii niko na hiyo mambo.
Yes.
Alafu tuko na county executive officers for education na planning. Nitaanza kwa county education officer. Nyinyi umesema hapa, hata kama siku wako umesema kwamba education haiko chini ya county government, isn't it? But shule ya chekechea iko chini ya county government. Why is it the county government mna plan ya kwamba tunaenda kuwekea watoto wadogo hawa shilingi 1,000 kwa kila account, si ndio? But then wakati ambapo hii barabara yetu inatengenezwa, au uangalie kama wewe county executive officer of education, uangalie zebra crossing za hawa watoto watakapokuwa wakipita wakienda shuleni, zinatakana zitengenezwe namna gani? Sisi kama participants ama sisi kama wazazi, tunatakana tuanze kupaka hiyo rangi, tupake hiyo zebra crossing kwa barabara. Are we supposed to do that? Two. What is the work of the county education officer, county education, on the matters pertaining the early childhood education? Ukienda saa hii kwa mashule, wale wanasema wanasema sisi saa hii tumejitenga na primary. Na huyu mtoto anapotoka nursery anatakana kuja kwa primary. What have you done or what are you doing? Leave alone the national government. Hiyo imeweka hizo mikakati. The county government muko na mikakati zenu. We are here, tunakutananga kila wakati ambapo county government inafanya budget yao, tunapanga mikakati mizuri kabisa. And tunasema tuna sign and we sign. At the end of the day, wengine wetu tunapata 200, 500 kama allowance. Hiyo allowance is our right. Kwa sababu hiyo imepitishwa wapi? But wakati hao waheshimiwa walikuwa wanakuja kama MCS wakikuja last years, tungekuwa na any small forum mpaka aende huko anajua hapa nitapata nini kura. Lakini saa hii mimi nataka shehe, ukiita mkutano MCS is too busy. As a forum, what solution should we take against those MCS who are not performing na tuliwachagua? Yes, we are supposed to recall them. We are supposed to recall recall them. But then how do we recall them? Tunachukua signatures, ndio? Lakini imefika wakati ambapo Mr. Igonza na mwenzako tunataka tukuje huko kwa bunge, tunataka tukae tusikie vile mnavyo debate miswada zenyu. Number 1, number 2, tunataka tuone the clerk of the assembly here, tumwambie this MCS atumuone kwa ground. Why am I saying this? Unakutana na MCS unamwambia this is a problem and it is a project tumeletewa na a community ama shirika fulani. Ukienda kwake namwambia hii tutafanya. Lakini nyuma yake anakwenda kukuuliza ile issue yenu Kakamega mmefikisha nayo wapi? Kakamega primary. And this one is a community thing. So what we are saying, let not the MCS come when there is any forum. Anasema unajua tuko haraka, tuko busy, na wakati wa kura they are not wako busy. Jana wenye wamekuwa kwa magazeti, mmeona ya kwamba Oparanya alikuwa kwa gazeti, ilikuwa Standard ama gani, wakisaini mkataba ya kwamba around 13 or 14 counties are coming together to make up what we call economic block. Sindio? Last year, part 1, they were around 5 or 6. Oparanya, Kaemba, Wabungoma alikuwa Lusaka, wanasema the western zone tunataka tutengeneze economic block. Ile jaamuka, ile ambayo jaamuka, we are now coming with another 14 blocks. Tutengeneze economic block.
And part of our concern has just been that we have shenzi counties. That people have resources, they don't optimize those resources, they don't plan, and where they're planning, just like several of you actually said, barabara inaenda mahali ambapo there is nothing to actually get from that particular place. Industries are collapsed and nobody is worrying about some of these things. Economic blocks are being created and they are blocks. Ni blocks zimekufa. Ni mawe. It is not actually for economic development. Gold is being mined and nobody worries. There used to be gold and there used to be tea and there are all these things. So under this program, one thing that we really want to do is to ensure that counties can start linking their infrastructure and their planning and their physical development with economic competitiveness. How much money, leave alone what national government is actually giving. But how do you give money to a fool who's going to just throw it away? But if you demonstrate demand, actually there's a lot of support for these things. You can't sit there and cry that, we don't have industry. What is the economic plan? What is the industrial plan for Kakamega?
Yes.
What have you pitched this to investors? What do you show them? When I arrive here, then you tell me, I'm thinking of a sugar company. Hata mchoro huna, you don't know how much money that you need for this. You don't. My friend, I only have one lifetime. I have no time wasting with you. It's as simple as that. And this is what I've said. Even on Sweden, there's an urban economic development thing that we've done. Unfortunately, that is not as exciting as the Kenya Urban Support Program. We are very clear in our heads. We're doing pilots. We're going to look at counties. In fact, by the way, Kakamega, I can tell you, will not be interested. We're not coming here to waste our time with a county that will finish the special plan in 2021. I'm not interested. I'm coming in and I want to layer an economic plan on existing plans. The counties that we pilot with, and that one we're determining is EcoBuild Africa, which I run, is Tetra Tech, and is Kofi. We're the ones running that particular program. It's very simple for us. We'll not beg counties to come in and do what they should be doing in the first instance. Really. We'll say, the ones who have done it, we work with you. The ones who have not done it, shaurienu. You can wait and see how the organized ones are benefiting from these things. Sorry for being emotional, but let me hand over to you.
Before you remove any gold, we want to know what is in it for our people. So it's something that needs to be followed up. Alafu kuhusu ile land yenye mtu alikuwa amesema, this is a situation whereby the county executive needs to engage the NLC, National Land Commission, that they need to have NLC support them in reclaiming land which has been corruptly acquired. Hiyo land yote ambayo imekuwa grabbed intakana irudishwe kwa sababu ni land ya jamii, na hapo sasa ndio utakuta hata development itafanyika.
Cha pili, pia sisi tunatakana tujue kwamba tunataka inventory ya public land ya Kakamega. Executive hawajaitoa hiyo kitu. Hatujui land gani ndio ya umma. Na watu wamelia kwamba tunataka hiyo inventory lazima itolewe. Tusipofanya hivyo, unakumbuka kilichofanyika ilikuwa ni Kirinyaga, ambapo bila hiyo inventory unakuta yule aliyekuwa governor amechukua hata generator kubwa sana ya county ameipeleka kwake, si ndio? Ni mali yenu hiyo. Lakini mbona inafanywa hivyo? Kwa sababu hakuna ile kuonyesha hii ni mali ya umma, hii ni. Sasa unakuta watu wanajichukulia tu na wanaenda. Watu wanajichukulia wanaenda. Mimi mwenyewe najua kuna ardhi fulani ambayo imechukuliwa na wakubwa na wameikalia. Ardhi ya watu wa Kakamega. Lazima tuseme tunataka hiyo inventory, tujue ni ardhi gani ambayo ni ya umma. Alafu upande wa takataka, mimi ninavyojua huyu profesa hata siku moja ameshabeba magavana kutoka hapa Kenya akapeleka Sweden. Kweli uongo?
Kweli.
Kuhusu management ya takataka. Na hiyo kitu ikifanyika hivyo utakuta it's also a very powerful source of revenue. Lakini sijui kama waliporudi wameweka into place whatever you discussed, I don't know. Sasa tukisema hata management ya takataka hapa Kakamega ni tatizo, naona kwa budget walikuwa wameweka 1 billion shillings, sio? But this is something which can be given to a private company to take care of it. Sio serikali kufanya kitu yote ambao serikali inaingia kufanya project kama hiyo uwe na nguvu na pesa yenyewe imeungua. These are things that we should actually interrogate to say no, the government should not do this. This should be done by something called a PPP. Ndugu yangu hawaonekani. Ile kitu nataka niwaambie wananchi, na mimi nimesema napenda kuzungumza ukweli. Wengi wetu hatujui kazi ya MCA ni nini. Inakuwa MCA mzuri ni yule anahudhuria kila matanga. Huyo ni MCA mzuri. MCA mzuri ni yule ambaye ukikutana na yeye bebe kwa 50 bwana. Unatoa 50 unapatiana. Huyo ni MCA mzuri. Sisi wenyewe ndio tunaharibu viongozi. Nilikuwa pahali na nikakuta kuna mchungaji mmoja alikuwa anasomea watu wenye walikuwa kwa hiyo matanga. Anaambia hata nyinyi ndio mnafanya viongozi wanaogopa kukuja huku chini. Kwa sababu inakuwa ni kwamba ni mambo ya omba badala ya kutask mtu kwamba ni nini ambacho utanifanyia ama tutafanya pamoja, maisha yangu itoka hapa penye iko nienda hapa juu. Hii kitu ya omba sijui 20. Mtu kama huko kwetu huwa kwamba shirika saba kwa kalimoni bwana ndio 20. Yaani mtu anakuomba pesa aenda kunywa chang'aa. Mimi mwenyewe sinywi chang'aa. Nitoe pesa yangu kwa mfuko nikupe uende kunywa chang'aa. Kwani wewe una bahati gani? Unanunuliwa chang'aa. Na ni hiyo ni kitu ya kuharibu. Na MCA wengi watakuambia watu kweli. Kwa hivyo badala ya hivyo watu wanakata kona. Lakini tupatie MCA kazi ambayo imefanya akaenda pale, utakuta kazi inaenda vizuri. Sasa sitaki kusema mengi, lakini nikimalizia, mmoja alisema kwamba mtu anachukua tu pipe anaweka kwa spring, inaonekana maji itatoka pale. Profesa na amesema mara mingi kwamba planning, kwa kila kitu kuna planning. Mimi sasa nikipata ward fund, nitajua kuna wataalamu wa kila kitu. Ukitaka kitu kifanyike vizuri, patia mtaalamu awe nyuma ya hicho kitu. Huko 1970s kulikuwa na hadithi moja kwamba kuna Masai mmoja alitoka huko kwao akaenda kutembelea ndugu yake Nairobi. Yeye mwenyewe hajaifika Nairobi. Kufika Nairobi anakuta wanafungua maji yangu hivi inatoka kwa mfereji. Akapendezwa na hiyo kitu, manake unafanyaje hivi alafu maji yanatoka. Yeye amezoea kule mtoni. Sasa siku moja wakati ule amekaa na safari yake ya kurudi nyumbani imefika, akawa anatembea pale town, akaenda kwa hardware, akaona mfereji akanunua. Kufika nyumbani akachukua mfereji akaubandika kwa ukuta nyumba ya matope. Na anafungua anaona mbona hii maji haitoki kama vile ilikuwa
ya Nairobi ilitoa.
Ajui kwamba kulikuwa na ufundi unafanyika pale, sio? Kwa hivyo kila kitu na utaalamu wake. Asante sana.
Shangaa kwa nini mama aongee. Unajua mama akiongea tunakuwa na balance, sivyo? Ningependa tu kusema kuna functions are devolved but they don't devolve the people. So huwezi kusema ati wametenga ECD, huyu mtoto akitoka kwa ECD anaingia kwa serikali nyingine. It is just the functions that are devolved. They don't devolve the people. Wakati kunakuwa na primary school pale, hiyo ni shamba. Na hiyo shamba ni ya serikali. Lakini kuna ya serikali ya county na serikali kuu, sivyo? So the two governments will have to kuambiana ECD itafika hapa. Class 1 inaanzia hapa. Alafu high school. Kwa education kuna education support fund. Ndio mmeona wamejenga centers of excellence in every sub county. Si mmeona? But it is not a devolved function. But the county government must support its people. Lazima isupport watu wake, sivyo? Hapo ndio governor aliona lazima atengeneze centers of excellence. But mwaka huu vile tumesema muangalie hiyo county integrated development plan. Kuna plans ECD itakuwa inapewa feeding program kwa sababu iko devolved. Alafu hapo kwa polytechnics pia kuna mipango yenye serikali ya county inafanya. But haimaanishi wanajitenga. Ni serikali tu, lakini kuna serikali ya county na kuna serikali ya taifa. Hao wananchi wa county wataenda kukaa na wenzao, waambiane mambo ya shamba kwa shule, wajue ECD itafika hapo. Wewe mtoto wako akitoka kwa ECD, kuna kitu inaitwa transition. Yeye ataingia tu class 1 na hapo ndio serikali kuu inachukua jukumu. Ni majuit. You ask for a way, you'll be told by the experts what to do. Ndio maoni yako yafike directly. You can come up with a petition. Hiyo like kama wanasema wakati rais alisema kuanzia January secondary school kila mtoto anaenda tu vile hapo. Si watoto walifanya hivyo. Na mnaona kuna shida. Na professor akasema it is lack of what? Planning. Mtu anataka tu kura. But in a way tunaweza angalia, do we have education support program we can give our people in our county, watoto waendelee kufanya nini? Kusoma. So all those things ni sisi kushirikiana, na ndio vile nyinyi mmepata bahati kuattend kikao hiki hii forum. Pia tuende nyumbani to organize other forums na watu wetu. You know it is power information ndio hawana. Vile Mheshimiwa Faruk amesema, ukienda watu hawajui majukumu yao, wanaona tu MC yao onekani. Hata jana asubuhi niliambia watu kwangu kwa MC yako Kisumu sasa iko budget. Mnataka kwenda kwake kufanya nini? Mnataka kufanya kama umepata matanga, uza ile uko nayo kidogo. Mimi hapa nitakupa tu transport, utafute vitu kidogo. Huyo MCA mshahara yake haiwezi tosha kila mtu kwa kila boma, si ndio? Kwa hivyo sisi wenyewe tunaweza shirikiana, tuwe na projects za kutusaidia ili mtu akiwa na shida tunajua huyu yako na shida, tufanye hivi. Hiyo ndio jukumu letu, and that is why we are here today. Tumepata information, twende nyumbani ni polepole kuwaelezea, kwa sababu ukiwaelezea kwa haraka wataona wewe unataka kuwakatisia ile kidogo wanapata kutoka kwa waheshimiwa. Waheshimiwa kweli hawana kitu, wamefanya campaigns juzi.
The afternoon, how we'll take that forward. What we will do is that waheshimiwa, and you'll be happy to know that these wonderful ladies and gentlemen already, of course, have given their priorities, some of their priorities, one decision and follow it. Rather than make 1,000 decisions that have no intention. Sasa, our lunch is ready. Our lunch is ready, but I think before we do that, I just just in terms of organization, wengine wetu tunakula pale ndani, and the way we're doing it is simply logistics. Sio kuwa kuna high table and low table.
How many of us have ever heard of this animal called affirmative action fund? How many of us? Just hearing. Okay. But you have never interacted with the affirmative action people. How many are beneficiaries of the fund? No, don't say none because there are. So you can see the hands are raised up. Thank you so much. Fine, it's a new fund, and as we know, they are always step by step growing from one place to another. And you thank God you are here today. So you will learn about affirmative action today. This National Government Affirmative Action Fund is under the Ministry of Public Service, Youth and Gender Affairs. We have a national board which sits at the office in Nairobi, and then at the county we have a county committee which has got a representation from every constituency. So if we have 12 constituencies in Kakamega, that means we have 12 representatives from each sub-county. Then we have one person who is representing persons living with disability. We have someone from the gender ministry who is representing the public service and gender ministry. Then we have the county commissioner, then the coordinator. So in Kakamega County, basically we have a committee of 15 members. I'll go direct to the objectives of affirmative action. Some of the objectives are to support value addition initiatives by the affirmative action groups. When we talk of these affirmative action groups, which ones are they? We have women, youth, persons living with disabilities, then the elderly. This is the affirmative action group that the GAF fund is looking at. That does not mean we are discriminating the men. The men are also included. For example, if we have the women groups, we do not only have plenty women, but there are some men who join in the affirmative action women groups. Simply violate to affirmative action so that you can remember. Maybe kama uko na violate wawili kwa simu, unaweza say violate to affirmative action, whichever you can remember. Ama violate wa ofisi ya women rep, ama whichever you can remember. Sawa sawa. Calling times ni kuanzia no, actually say calling times ni kuanzia saa 2 asubuhi. Why are you saying 10? Working hours. Sisi wote tunajua working hours. Because this is my personal number, it's not the office number. And maybe you can call, now upate violent is not able to answer your call. We also have a county office manager. County office manager in the office of Honorable LC.
Yeah, nashukuru for the information and na mnaweza tumia hiyo vile tumesema. Tunajua wengi wenu mnaenda mbali. Sasa tumefika wakati wa wrapping up, a bit of way forward and the solution. Kumekuwa na consultations wakati mlikuwa tunapata mlo. Sasa ningependa kumuita Humphrey atuelekeze in the next round. But we hope that we should be able to finish this and be out of this place by 1:30. Yeah. So Humphrey. Oh, there's no problem. Okay, no.
Asante, tupigie Prof makofi. Hiyo ilikuwa ya mwanaume, na tupigie Bayo makofi. Asante. You guys are very biased. Chairman, Reverend. Yeah, we have seen. We are very happy because this day, according to me, has been very successful. Yes. And it has been very successful because you came.
if you wouldn't have come, it wouldn't have been. And as I'm preparing you for our resolutions, Reverend Sashala, nikimaliza ufunge na maombi.
Okay.
Bwana asifiwe.
Asifiwe sana.
Sababu tunataka tuokoe muda. So wapendwa, this is our forum and we have talked to our partners. We need, if possible, one each per month.
Yes.
Simple.
Yes.
Yes, resolution number 1. Yes. So number 2, we are saying that we added value to the development of the current county integrated development plan. Am I right?
Yes.
From wherever we were. We proposed a number of issues. We had people from Urambi, Ikolomani, and Shinyalu. You came up with your development issues. So it is out of those issues that you proposed as a resolution that went into the CIDP. Remember, Prof was telling us it is one thing to plan and another one to do what? Implement. So the task we have as a platform is to track development. Na hiyo ndio tunasema, right now we are engaging in what we are now calling annual development planning process. So you are supposed to add value, me and you, add value to that process by first of all tracking what we proposed and making sure that we also drag it into the annual development plan for the county. Can we go by that? Yes. It is possible, isn't it? Yes. We can take responsibility over that. Thirdly, we have seen the county government of Kakamega represented here. We have also seen the county assembly of Kakamega represented here. How was the engagement? It was good, isn't it? We had an opportunity of also engaging with them at our personal levels. What would you say about that? We want to continue this kind of conversations with them. Si kweli? Sababu unauliza swali pap, unapata jibu pap. Sio ndio kitu tunataka? And that is a resolution that also we are proposing that we take to the next level. Thank you. Yeah, so basically that is what we are proposing. That we want to have engagement with them as many times as possible. And remember, they cautioned us. They were saying, sincerely speaking, sometimes we fear engaging you. Sio nyinyi, wale. Because wakiingia tu mtaa, fungue maji. Nasemanga hivi, saba chimoni. And of course, lastly, this to me is a very good platform. Wangapi wangelipenda tuendelee jinsi tulivyo hapa wote, si ndio? Tuweke tu ka network, a strong one, na tuite citizen forum ya Kakamega. Iko makoso gani? Sio ni solution. Na tuchukue watu wale wenye wako missing ni watu wa Kuisero only. So Polycarp, we are charging you with the responsibility of making sure that representation from Kuisero is on board. Tumpigie Polycarp makofi. Because here carried out a small survey and Kabata, they were missing. So if anything, we are thinking Polycarp, that is positive. And any other person who thinks that he can also help us identify right people on board our tutorial. Yeah. You have your hand up, my sister.
Thank you. Just a suggestion. forming this to be one group. Polycarp can organize something like a WhatsApp group.
Yes. Yes. County done. And we will call it Kakamega County, or rather Kakamega Citizen Forum. Kakamega Citizen Forum. Na mtafute logo. Logo ziko hapa. Na huko. Ama ile yetu ya inaitwa the green jewel Si green jewel tunaweza chukua hiyo ama gani hapa yoyote ile. But we will agree on the icon we will definitely use. So basically, that is kitu ya watu. Yes. Sema tuna form platform leo officially. So we want to declare today with the powers vested upon me by you to declare Kakamega Citizens Forum launched officially in Kakamega today.
Thank you very, very much for that guidance. Don't worry, that is a citizen. I think I just need to highlight that, as you can see, the resolutions are bigger picture resolutions, because they're very specific things, like a water pipe that has to be done, or a factory that has to be done, and so on. They say once you have the mechanisms, then in fact the individual project can be processed through these mechanisms. We know that the initial idea that we want, this is how we deal with it with the executive. This is how we take it to the county assembly. I mean, if we need this formalized, then we know that this is how we relate with the county assembly for that particular issue. So, yes, so. Yeah, so that is how this has been framed. So the ball then goes back to us again in the citizen forum. It's just more work that we are saying. Number one, all those things ambazo tulikuwa tumeweka pale kwa ADP. How many of them have seen the light of the day, and what's remaining with the rest? And are they in CIDP so that you can follow them next year? So, yeah. So this is more of a, I would say, is a strategic way forward. It is not. It is not. How do I say? It is not an issue-based way forward. Yeah. All we are saying is that those very specific individual issues we want to deal with, the factories, the what, the plants, that we actually have a strategy of actually rolling them going forward. And yes, I missed number one. Sorry, in my notes there, it went very fast. The monthly thing.
The monthly thing.
Okay.
Present.
Yes. So that was monthly. I need to recap this for Shem. Yes. So Shem, what has been discussed, and we'll open a small window for people to just make a brief comment. What has been discussed is more broader picture issues, and they're more strategic. And one of them is they need to convene monthly forums. That was number one. Number two, this group has already had, and those who have forwarded even to me, I have them, they already had a list of issues that found their way to annual development plan. Oh, there's my but yeah, of course we can always talk without the microphone, but this is being recorded, so expect that. Yeah, so Shem again, just in terms of, and this presentation is specifically for. It's on and off. The battery.
When the shops.
There's need for that regular meeting of the forum, and it's good that you actually brought that, because the law, for example, does not say how regular the citizens forum is to be convened. Yes, so again, it's us here who are saying maybe we need to be consulting on a monthly basis. But anyway, that can always be whatever. That can always be determined.
Right.
My proposal would be
Right.
that the town forums can convene monthly.
Yeah.
And then the county urban forum
Can
convene what?
Can convene what? There's actually, there you go. So this has even been refined further that you meet in your various towns monthly, and then of course you can always meet as an overall quarterly, or on a case by case basis. You know, sometimes the leadership may need to feed into these processes. So that's resolution number one. The second resolution is that all these towns, or most of them, had already had their issues put in the annual development plan, and some of them in the CIDP. Now, of course, the budget process is going on, and the assembly gave that opportunity for consultation. So we need to actually find out which of our projects are going forward. You know, as per the county assembly budget and appropriation process that is going on, and the ones which are not going forward, we need to find out what exactly is going on. Are they in CIDP? Are they things that we can follow the following year, or are they out totally? And that sort of thing, so that you know, we continue influencing that process and actually getting our various projects in place. So that was the second resolution there. The third resolution relates to the county government opening the doors, and the county assembly opening their doors. And again, as a citizens forum, we need to ask ourselves, how do we organize to use those particular opportunities? How do we organize ourselves to be effective? And again, this is something I would like to really congratulate the forum for, because the forum did actually make written petitions to these particular processes. So this is not new to us, but it will be what issues we want the executive to deal with, and what issues we want the assembly to deal with, and how do we engage the two. And in fact, it goes down to the last one. Yes. Sure.
Maybe we can also refine it to county roundtable meetings, a constant conversation.
Correct.
So that it also fits within.
So, excellent. This is county. The space here, we are saying county roundtable. County roundtable. Forum. Yes. So this could be structured ways in which we engage the executive, and we also engage the assembly, having a roundtable where the idea of a roundtable is that everybody around the table are equal. There is no, the table is not directional. Hakuna head of the table. Yes. So the last one, of course, is how do we move to citizens forum? And of course, today is declared that we are the citizens forum. So the only thing we need is finding out who, as per the law, who is missing around the table. And then, secondly, what do we need from county assembly to be able to recognize this as a legitimate citizens forum as envisaged in law. Period. But otherwise, I think these are really brilliant, very focused resolutions. My own suggestions, and of course, Shem didn't see this coming, but my own suggestions is that these beautiful resolutions be packaged into some sort of a flyer or some sort of small publication that we can share with the rest of Kenya during the devolution conference as the way Kakamega Citizens Forum is organizing itself and is engaging with the counties. Yeah, because on one hand, yeah, you may be taken for granted that you have not made so much progress, but some counties are clueless. Even these discussions are not happening, and it's important to us that even as we continue with our journey, we influence the process, we influence the processes, but at the same time we share insights. This is also how that visibility is very important, so that when your leaders eventually go to USAID, they say yes. In fact, USAID might come to you, because there you also put your contact details and everything. And this is a beautiful, nice summary of how the citizens are engaging the county in Kakamega. And that is definitely something that we can share. In fact, when you're thinking about having a side event during the devolution conference, this can form a very good basis in terms of our own struggles, within Kakamega town. As I promised, we're going to be very brief. Mine is to end there and to thank you a lot. I think a lot can actually be done. But so on one hand, we're very sad that our counties are not moving as fast as we can. But on the flip side is that if you lived in Kenya before 2002, there was no planning. There was no planning at all. It was roadside declarations. At least these days, we can ask people, where is the ADP? Where is 1, 2, 3, 4 things? And we must thank our former president, retired, Mwai Kibaki, because that is a man who brought back planning to the country as we know it. So although there are a lot of teething problems, a lot of us know that what's happening is positive. But you have to push it so that it can deliver the sort of results that it can potentially deliver. But I believe myself that, if you continue working very hard, the real people who are going to enjoy these benefits is my children, because by that time they'll be taking planning for granted. They'll be saying, no, well, umetenga choo bila kuangalia mahali plan iko, wewe ni wazimu. That's how they'll be thinking. Us now is the other way around. Jamaa akipeleka choo approval, unasema umepeleka choo approval, wewe ni wazimu. So by the time that mindset comes, and we're the ones who are actually pushing the wheels now. So I just want us to give ourselves a round of applause. This is the last thing that I would like to do. The pastor had already been asked to do the prayers, but I think what we'll do is to make, if there are any announcements that need to be made, then I think let's do the applause. Let's give ourselves a good clap. Have a very good day. Then we'll have the
be able to give you transport dogo dogo tu ya kuwezesha kufika kwa nyumba, tena si kidogo sana. Taingia nyumba na kanyama kidogo, si kweli? So tunasema watu wa Lugare, we will convene pale tunakunywa chai, si kweli? Watu wa Lugare. And then I think Shinyalu na Ikolomani mtakuwa pale kwa ile kona nyingine, and madam huyu Christine, si mnamjua? Asante. And then hao wengine wote, ndugu Shem atajaribu kudili na sisi one on one, si kweli? And we will be orderly. Sisikumane sana. Wazee wenye mko hapa, Bwana asifiwe. Asifiwe tena. Tutaruhusu wa mama mbele, alafu nyinyi nyuma. Ladies in front, the ladies first, but men in front.
Asante. Sisi zote tumefurahia. Kwa kila jambo tunamweka Mungu. Simame. Kwa jina la Baba na Mwana na Roho Mtakatifu, tunakushukuru, tunakuenzi, wewe ni Bwana. Baba wangu, ulitupenda tukazaliwa eneo hili, tumekuzwa eneo hili. Baba wangu, tunashughulikia eneo hili. Tumpe hekima, tumpe maarifa, utumpe kujua. Hata wewe ndio uliyetumpa serikali hizi zote na sehemu hizi, department zote. Sasa napotoa maono yawe ya manufaa, yawe ya kujenga kaunti hii, kutoka Liguyani, kutoka Butere, Mumias, Chinyalu na popote. Jehova, tunaporudi turudishe ujumbe, weka maneno haya katika vitendo. Baba, tunasema asante. Tumekuwa mahali hapa, tumekula, tunasema asante. Tumekuwa mahali hapa, tunataka tusafiri. Baba wangu, tumpe usafiri ulio mwema. Baba, wewe utataka, wewe utakiweka utakaso na utakiweka watu kwa matumizi. Asante hata Jehova kwa lile ambalo wamenena mwisho. Tutakapopata itakuwa ya manufaa na ya shukrani ya kutujenga kama watu wako. Asante kwa kila jambo, Naomba nikiamini umetenda na umetukamilishia kwa Kristo Yesu, naomba na kuamini. Amen. Asante. Amani ya Bwana.
Hello.
My names are Charles Luanga. I come from Isaka South of Shinyalu sub-county. Today has been a very, very important day to us as constituents and also members of the Kakamega County. We've learned a lot. One, how do we interact with the county officials, more so in participatory issues like CIDP, ADP, and other issues. It has really been an eye-opener because, unlike before, planning was a preserve of the county officials. Now we have a chance to participate and give our views as provided for in the necessary legislations. It has been a very good day. We've had a very fruitful discussion, both from the legislative arm of the county government and also the executive arm. We have engaged positively and we have given them our views, and in future we've also learned that we can also continue participating, especially when there are issues that we can raise to them. So it has been very, very nice for us today.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Mimi naitwa Levi Ambani kutoka Malava Sub-County Restoration CDB. Leo nataka kushukuru haswa mno waandalizi wa mkutano wa leo ambao tumekuja kuhusu maendeleo ya Kakamega County. Nashukuru bakubwa mafunzo ambayo tumepokea, na hata hivyo tungependa pia county isongeshe haya masomo ama mafunzo mpaka chini kwa sababu counties mpaka kwa ward. Tumekubaliana ya kwamba kama wananchi tutakuwa tunakaa karibu kwa karibu kufuatilia ni mipango gani wamepangia sisi kama county, na pia tufuatilie tuone ya kwamba yenye tumepanga imetekelezwa na county yetu itaweza kustawi haraka sana. Na kwa hiyo ushirikiano tunataka iendelee hadi tukikutana kila mwezi ama mara kwa mara, ili kuona ya kwamba mambo yetu ambayo tumepanga kama Kakamega County inaendelea vema. Asanteni sana.
Kwa majina ni Jemima Kalamai kutoka Mias East Sub-County, ambao tulikuwa tumekuja leo kwa warsha ya participation in Kakamega County. Nimefurahia masomo na nimefurahia forum kwa sababu inatupatia uwezo wa kutoa maoni, na jambo moja ambalo nimejifunza na nikafurahia ni ya kwamba serikali isisahau ya kwamba maendeleo thabiti ni kufundisha watu wake maisha kamilifu, ili wanapojenga barabara, wanapojenga manyumba, wanapojenga hospitali na vituo mbalimbali, wakumbuke pia mwananchi anastahili apewe masomo ya kumwezesha kuishi vyema na kujua ya kwamba rasilimali zenye serikali inaleta ni zake, wasione vitu kama vya serikali. Kwa hivyo ni furaha yangu ya kwamba hilo jambo limechukuliwa kati ya yale mambo ambayo inaendeshwa, ili mwananchi ajue ya kwamba ni vizuri aishi vyema yeye mwenyewe na ni vizuri ajue haki zake kikamilifu wakitumia forum yetu.
Okay, kwa majina yangu ni Zainab Malakwen kutoka Malava County. Nimejifunza leo kitu ya maana sana. Ningependa nchi yetu ya Kenya ama serikali yetu isidi kutupa elimu hivyo ili tujiwezeshe kimaisha kama sisi wanadada tunapofanya pia biashara tumeelimika kiasi. Okay. So kama sisi vijana niendelea kama sisi vijana wa Kakamega County tunashukuru na tunaomba serikali tuangalie sana sasa sisi vijana. dogo. Tunaomba pia county governor wetu Oparanya, tunamshukuru, amefanya kazi mzuri, lakini kitu tunaomba ni kazi. Hapo bado tunajishikilia kwa biashara ndogo ndogo, lakini tunaomba tuangalilie nafasi dogo. Nashukuru.